Can you believe the DOJ is still going after Google, trying to get them to break apart their company because of alleged antitrust things? I don't know. It doesn't. It still doesn't make any sense to me. No evidence that I've seen that makes any sense. But they still want Google to sell off Chrome, and the day that happens, it might be my last day using Chrome because I know that Chrome would not be as good as it is now anymore, right? And even now, though, Chrome it's getting a little clunky. But if Google loses it, it might be an absolute nightmare. I don't like people forcing other people to sell part of their business. All right, if you can't afford it, then go ahead and do what you have to do. But just the government coming in saying, nope, this no longer belongs to you, I don't like it, right? But let's jump into the article for today about this. So this article says the DOJ still wants Google to sell off Chrome. It's written by Lauren Good on Wired.com. It says in its final proposed remedy filing in the Google antitrust case, the Department of Justice reiterated that Google should stop paying partners for search placement and divest its dominant Chrome browser. I don't see why they need to divest. I can understand stop paying partners for search placement, but divest its dominant Chrome browser? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's read. So the U.S. Department of Justice wants Google to sell off its Chrome browser as part of its final remedy proposal in a landmark antitrust case. The proposal was filed Friday afternoon. Says that Google must promptly and fully divest Chrome along with any assets or services necessary to successfully complete the divestiture to a buyer approved by the plaintiff in their sole discretion. What the? Sorry. So you're telling me that Google has to divest Chrome, and it can only be to somebody that it can only be sold to somebody that is approved by the Department of Justice. Get the F out of here. It would also require Google to stop paying partners for preferential treatment of its search engine. So basically, stop paying Apple and whoever else to have Google be their default search engine. Like, this is so stupid. The DOJ also demands that Google provides prior notification of any new joint venture collaboration or partnership with any company that competes with Google in search or in search text. This is so stupid. Oh my God. This is so stupid. All right. However, the company no longer has to divest its artificial intelligence investments, which was part of an initial set of recommendations issued by the plaintiff last November. The company would still be required to give prior notification of future. What the? I don't. See, this is why Atlas Shrugged will become true one day, where these companies are just going to walk away and let the people suffer, because this doesn't make, like, at least give me some reason behind this. Like, so you're just saying, if Google wants to get into more, like, so okay, what is Google going to be? What is, like, so you have to give notice that you're going to be innovating? Look, just the other day, Vice President J.D. Vance was speaking about AI and regulations and stuff like that. They really need to look into this, because I don't like what I'm reading here. So in order to be innovative, you need prior notice and approval for innovation. Get out of here. Let's continue reading. It says, through its sheer size and unrestricted power, Google has robbed consumers and businesses of a fundamental promise owed to the public: their right to choose among competing services. No, you can still go and choose crappy services if you want. This is not true. This is not true. The DOJ statement accompanying the file claims Google's illegal conduct has created an economic Goliath, one that wreaks havoc over the marketplace to ensure that no matter what occurs, Google always wins. You want to know who the winners are? The winners are the people who actually search for something and they get the results that they want, not some lackadaisical half-butt answer whatever. The DOJ formally brought its case against Google back in 2020, the most significant tech antitrust case since the DOJ's years-long battle against Microsoft in the 1990s. The lawsuit alleged that Google has used anti-competitive tactics to protect its search dominance and forge contracts that ensure it's the default search engine or web browser on web browsers and smartphones. I think that's smart. And thank you for giving us the best search engine to use. All right. Because of its hold on search, the lawsuit claimed Google can adjust the auction system through which it sells ads and increases prices for advertisers and rake in more revenue from that. Are the advertisers complaining? That's my question. Are the advertisers complaining? Google has argued its overwhelming success in search. It has a nearly 90% share in the US market, stems from the company's offering the best search technology, which I agree. They also say consumers are easily able to change their default search engine and that Google does not face competition from Microsoft and others. That's the truth. You can easily change it to a less superior search engine, right? It says the DOJ's sweeping proposal continues to go miles beyond the court's decision and would harm America's consumers, economy, and national security, said Google spokesperson Peter Schottenfels in an email statement. The case went to trial in 2023, and in August 2024, the U.S. District Judge for the District of Columbia, Amit Mehta, ruled that Google had maintain an illegal monopoly, both in general search and general search text ads, stupid. Much of the ruling centered on contracts Google has with device makers and browser partners, which uses Google as their default search engine. According to Meta's ruling, around 70% of the search queries in the United States happen through portals in which Google is the default search engine. Maybe they're just a better product. Maybe they're a far superior product. Maybe they didn't have to pay a penny to get their stuff in there because people would just Google it anyways. Google then shares revenues with those partners, paying out billions of dollars to them, which disincentivizes smaller search rivals who can't compete with those contracts. Get them! Oh my God! So much victim Olympics over here. So much loserness and softness over here. Oh, the little companies. I'm doing what Trump did the other day. Oh, the little companies can compete with the rival contracts. Well, maybe you need to go find little people to use your search engine. All right. I'm sure somebody's using it, but on a grand scheme of things, no one. It's gonna be Bing. It's gonna be Google. It's gonna be maybe Perplexity now. Who knows, right? It says this past November, government attorneys submitted a detailed plan to Meta that included a spat of recommendations for how to best loosen Google's stronghold on the U.S. search market. The recommendations included that Google promptly divest Chrome, its popular web browser, possibly divest Android. What the? And ends a search partnership with Apple, in which Apple receives billions of dollars each year for its Safari browser to default to Google search, and give competitors access to Google's data for both search and ads that would otherwise provide Google an ongoing advantage from exclusionary conduct. Shut up. Kent Walker, Google's president of global affairs and its chief legal officer, called the November proposal a radical intervention agenda. I agree. Well, you guys have a lot of radical friends, right? So that would endanger the security and privacy of millions of Americans and stifle innovation. That's what my greatest fear is: stifling innovation. Most of your security and privacy is all about watching cats sleep on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Walker said it would also chill our investment in artificial intelligence, perhaps the most important innovation of our time, where Google plays a leading role. Google has increasingly featured AI-powered results at the top of its search page, despite sometimes uneven results. Right? Fair enough, because if you can kind of tell if it's uneven, and you can move on from there. Okay. In the counter-proposal filed by Google in December, the company said it would structure its contracts to allow for multiple default search agreements across different devices so that Apple's iPhone and iPads might have different default search engines. Change the length of its search revenue deals with hardware manufacturers to 1 year rather than locking them for long-term agreements, and allow more flexibility around search and Chrome for Android. For Android phone makers. It emphasized that its revenue partners like Apple and Mozilla have the freedom to do deals with whatever search engine they think is best for their users. Which, that's what I was telling you guys back then, which they're still going to use Google because that is the best search engine for their users, all right? Essentially, Google has suggested that the company is willing to reevaluate its contracts with partners, but has argued, citing earlier antitrust cases as precedent, that it shouldn't have to divest parts of its business to share its secret sauce with competitors or restrict its investment in search and AI, all of which it argues would dampen innovation. I swear, If I was Google and they were trying to force me to shut down, to give away my hard work, I would turn it off completely. I am not selling my work. If you want this work, you're gonna have to create it yourself. I would shut that down. All right. Today's official remedy is notable in that it reinforces calls for breakup of part of Google's core business. Unacceptable. For Google, it's an opening salvo to what will likely be a year-long appeal process. Google has already said it plans to appeal whatever remedy is issued. Arguments for the two proposals are scheduled in April in Meta's court. I think we just need to just take it to the Supreme Court. Like, you're gonna have to go and waste this time with this appeal with this Meta's judge, right? Who is like trying to ruin our lives, but it's gonna have to get escalated eventually. Hopefully, it doesn't have to get to the Supreme Court, but we might have to. The remedy will also mark its first major outcome of a U.S. antitrust case under the new Trump administration. I am hoping that the Trump administration just drops this whole nonsense. Right? I could be wrong. Paul Swanson, a litigation partner at Holland and Hart LLP in Denver, Colorado, who focuses on technology and antitrust, says the government's remedies may be part of a maximalist opening position that they can then negotiate from. Maybe, but I don't like it one bit. Says the one through line here is that this administration wants to be perceived as being tough on tech, but also not slow to grow America's tech industries. Swanson says, so they may signal more action than what they ultimately want. Well, this was being fought under the Biden administration. I hope the Trump administration makes better judgments when it comes to tech innovation, because breaking up Google opens the door for other countries to come out with better products. And as I saw the boom of TikTok could have easily been American innovation. However, going through red tape and all that nonsense that we have to deal with here, gave ByteDance and I don't even, it should be coming up soon for the whole TikTok ban and breakup or whatever. So we'll see what happens to that, all right? But that is our article from Wired.com, where they are still trying, where the federal government is still trying to break up Google. I do not like that one bit, all right? But let's go back to full screen to wrap it up for today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of The Bug Bite, hosted by your studio Tech Coach Ralph, where we're engineered to win. We just finished reviewing what the federal government is still trying to get Google to do, which I vehemently object. Do me a favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachralph.dev. You can sign up for one-on-one coaching with me. You can sign up to work with a group of amazing people who are all learning something technically related. I am pushing them in our Team Tech Coach Ralph Discord so that they can continue to grow. My belief is shoot for 1% growth every single day, and you will see how endless your possibilities are, right? But yeah, with that being said, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have an amazing weekend. I will see you on the live streams over the weekend. But until then, this is Tech Coach Ralph with another episode of The Bug Bite. We are out.
Caught in a glitch. What's the fix this time? Chasing down bugs. Oh, it feels like a crime. Every software tale got a story to tell. In the world of tech, it's a digital swell. Watch us dive deep in lines of code, finding the truth on this heavy road. Welcome to the Bug Bite, we unveil the fight. In a world of software, we'll shine the light. From errors to dangers, we'll guide your way. Stay tuned for the scoop every single day. Lurk in the data stream, hacking our dreams. Is it all just a scheme? From the latest news to the viral threat, we break it all down. You ain't seen nothing yet. With every bug found, we take a stance. Join in the rhythm, give tech a chance. Welcome to the Bug Bite, we unveil the fight. In a world of software, we'll shine the light. From errors to dangers, we'll guide your way. Stay tuned. strangers will guide your way. Stay tuned for the scoop every single day. So hit that subscribe, don't miss out the fun. Together we'll conquer one bug at a run.